that's nice because that's exactly what it was. A woman in the mirror.
Yeah.
So are we rolling?
I
Yes.
think we're rolling.
Okay.
Hey y'all, it's Nicole over at Blue Herbal Goddess. I am here with
Lakeisha.
And God is strength.
and we were having a discussion earlier today, which then I thought needed to be a discussion we have on camera about mirror work and what is mirror work, because everybody's definition of what mirror work is a little different, and some people they actually need to be in the mirror and see themselves, and others of us can visualize ourselves in the mirror or in the process of doing things. So let's just kind of open up the discussion about what, when you hear mirror work, what does that mean for you?
To make your manifestations or your affirmations come together quickly or as quickly as possible. And so when you're doing mirror work, you just stand in the mirror and say what you need. I used it to lose weight. That was the easiest way for me to get some of my stomach off of me.
So how did you do that?
So I stood in the mirror with no clothes on, and all the stomach that I had, I would pull up and make it look flat. And I would just sit there and look and be like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Okay. And I would do it, every time I take a bath.
Okay, I might need to do a little bit of something that, like, if I do that in my hips,
Hold on.
pull it up, and be like, okay, as my mama say, I need thin thighs, which I've never had thin thighs, so we can just forget about thin thighs, but just like thin them out. Yeah, no, we ain't gonna do that, but we have to focus on something else. Like, for real. What about you, Andrea?
For me, I've done mirror work, kind of just writing affirmations on my mirror, whether if I use sticky notes or if I use like a dry erase marker. Another twist to it is actually if you have somebody in your life that mirrors you, and you can actually do work like that.
What does that mean?
So if somebody has certain qualities that you have and you want to like work on it together, you can, because you guys mirror each other. A lot of the things and people that we have around us is based off of energy, right? So like attracts like. So 9 times out of 10, the people that you have around you that are closest to you also have the same things, interested in the same things, have the same mannerisms.
So we're talking friends, family,
yeah.
Love interest.
If you're open and willing to have that connection with that person, you'll be able to heal each other at the same time, because even mirroring is still a projection. You're still, even if it's just you on the other side, that's you calling on your higher self. So that's your lower self or your earthly self right here. And when you're in the mirror, you're projecting down.
Okay.
Your higher self and speaking with them. So sometimes that can come in the form of a poem as well.
So, but can kind of doing mirror work mimic like meditation while being awake in a sense?
Yeah.
If you're with meditation, you're grounding, you're connecting to your inner self,
right?
And so with mirror work, you're trying to bring that self that you have on the inside out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I've never tried it. I just know that I tried the mirror work for say, because like you said, writing affirmations on there.
That helps a lot.
It really does.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work to me, but
writing your affirmations down.
Woo! Any writing is too much work. Look, I just speak it and then just walk away.
Say if you have an affirmation for the day. Like I have a young lady that I told her every time she walks past the mirror, she needs to look in the mirror and tell herself she loves herself, so that she can start to learn self-healing and self-love, what a lot of us is lacking. So by her doing that, looking at herself and telling herself, we don't see ourselves. Think about it. If there's no mirror, we don't see ourselves. We wouldn't know what we look like. So how do you tell yourself you love yourself and get yourself for it to stick and understand without looking in the mirror? So I told her every time she passed the mirror, I don't care where she is, to mouth the words, I love you, so that she's learning to love herself before she allows somebody else to break her heart.
And there it is.
So,
or break your spirit.
Break your spirit. Break everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
because that's how people are allowed to cross the boundaries
Right.
Yeah.
that we have within ourselves, is because we don't necessarily love who we are.
No, we don't.
And so we allow other people to cross those boundaries,
Yeah, because
those imaginary boundaries, and also there's a lot of hard boundaries that we have. And I call hard boundaries are those things that really make up our personalities.
Right.
Exactly.
Right? When people start attacking those things, it's like they've crossed hard boundaries, and when you've allowed them to cross those, then you really probably, in a sense, kind of like you're saying, you're not looking in the mirror, you're not really even talking to yourself positively.
it's funny you bring that up. I had that happen to me just recently this week, like really recently. I had somebody that I guess I regard as a friend or whatever, and they was like, you criticize everything. And so the mirror work with the other people that you were talking about, I use my daughter and I go to her and I'm like, okay, help me see what I can't see.
Yep.
And this person said they saw this. Am I missing it? And a lot of times I'll question, because sometimes we want people to tell us the great things about ourselves, but we don't want to hear the bad things.
Exactly.
So I
I
didn't
ain't got nothing bad, so we can just
I didn't take
that right now.
I didn't take it to heart, but I wanted to make sure that if I was criticizing people, that
Right.
I was fixing that.
Right.
She was like,
Or
"No,
even
Mom."
just being self-aware of
right,
when you do it.
of when I do it. And
Yeah.
she was like, you analyze a lot. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the Aquarius in me. I get that. I do analyze a lot. But then she was like, criticize. No. And I realized that person was reflecting
Yes.
reflecting what they do onto me.
Yeah, that
And
was
here
the
I was.
projection.
Yep, the
Putting it out
projection.
there,
And I was
they're
about
like,
to take it
"No."
all day long.
Okay.
And then I had to turn that mirror around and be like, nah, sweetheart, that's you.
Exactly. And that's
That's
how we
you.
can see that within our
Yeah.
day-to-day interactions. Something as easily as you analyzing something turned into you criticizing something, and that's not necessarily your intention.
Right.
So someone's not coming from a pure heart. You gotta understand, like, hey, like, okay, is this me or is it you?
Right.
And that's how we can really distinguish, even in that moment, on how we're gonna engage further with people that we're dealing with, especially if it's a difficult conversation.
Right, and I have that conversation with a lot of people that come in here, because when their throat chakra's blocked, and when they finally do find their voice and they use it, and they really tell people how they feel, then the thing that I tell them is, you're not responsible for how they take what you say. You're only responsible on how you give it to them.
Right.
Right? If you give it to them harshly, then you should probably expect something harsh back. But if you gave it to them with your heart pure, you're really just expressing how you feel. If they take it the wrong way, then you need to reflect on why are they taking it the wrong way.
And you know.
You
A lot of
You
times we
always-
try to lie to ourselves that, I didn't mean that a harsh way. I didn't do this, or you knew when you put it out there how you meant it.
Oh, yeah.
I do know that a lot of times I am mistaken because of my voice. And
Oh, I mean the tone.
yes,
of
the
your
tone
voice.
of my voice. And
And the fact that you can get excited at the drop of a dime, but really you're not mad, you're just excited.
exactly.
Yeah, because that's an Aquarius thing. We get very excited and passionate about. Our hands get to going.
Yeah.
Right. And people are like, "Why are you so agitated?"
Why
I'm like,
you
"I'm
yelling
not
at me?
I'm not agitated. Like,
I'm not upset.
we're not upset, not
mad.
agitated.
I'm
I'm
very
just
passionate.
excited. I'm
Yes.
passionate about what I'm saying, and then it's like,
Passionate.
now I'm upset.
Yes. I had a lady do that to me. I was a customer service
Now
manager.
I'm upset because you think I'm
And I was
upset.
trying to help her, and she was like, I'm gonna need for you to tone it down.
Whoop.
Oh, I had someone do that too.
And I was
Man.
Hold on, what am I toning down?
Okay.
I'm trying to. She was like, if you can't tone it down, this conversation is over. I said, well, I guess this conversation is over, but I'm the only person in this building that can help you.
Okay.
And I
Whoops.
walked off.
Okay.
And shut that down. You want me to change the tone? But, okay, I will. Mute.
Yes.
I will definitely mute and walk away
Mute.
real quick and look at you like you don't.
Who can help me with this? Mute.
Hey, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Like, can somebody else?
My tone of voice isn't
You
right.
got it?
Right.
Like I can change the way. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
It is
Or-
what it is.
Or even then, learning about establishing the boundaries, that's still out of love for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing most people don't understand, is that when you set these hard boundaries and other people are affected by it, it's not because that you're the bad guy.
Right.
You're doing it out of love for you and knowing your limits,
Right.
and that's okay. If somebody can't meet you where you're at, then they're not meant for you in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's for you to decide,
Mm.
you know, is this a boundary or is this just a misunderstanding?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you're in your lower vibration, it will be a misunderstanding because you're giving and getting the same thing, right? They're in their lower vibration, you're in their lower vibration, right? So the information can get skewed.
At that point, it's that
Really?
6
Yeah.
and 9.
Oh,
Right.
sure
That
is.
6 and 9 on the floor. When I tell people you see a 6 and I see a 9, we'll just leave it at that.
What you said?
Okay.
I'm not for the argue. You know, I'm not for the argue.
can
agree to
What they can and what they can't do.
What you said?
There's a 6 and a 9 on the floor. You
All
see
right.
one, I see the other.
Okay, we
Go
can
ahead.
agree to disagree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's
I'm very good at agreeing
I'm
to
fine
disagree.
with that.
Yep. We can agree to
Look.
disagree.
Yeah.
But don't tell me I'm wrong, because then we don't have a
No.
whole kind of problem.
Right.
Right.
Everything.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Yeah, we gonna have a whole kind of
my
problem.
God.
Tell me wrong. We
I'm
can agree to
wrong?
disagree.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Then wait, do you know what my zodiac sign is?
Yeah, we not doing that.
I do. They hate it. You know what my... Wait, hold on. Wrong? Wait, let's Google this.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Not
believe one of the more intellectual signs is
We are
standing
the
right
intellectual
in front of
sign.
your face. Right? No, I'm just playing. Okay, don't get offended. And if you
I'm
do,
listening.
okay, oh well.
I mean, that's
Oh,
what
okay.
it is. Wait, hold on. Look, I'm about to break it down. Them 2 waves that you see for the Aquarius, do you know what that is? That's the 2 serpents of knowledge.
Period.
Boom.
We
But-
are the intellects.
Okay, just all right. So
But yeah. Do the mirror work. Do the mirror work. Don't worry
Yes.
about. Don't worry about.
don't worry about the
We're
zodiac
here.
sign.
We are here to.
We're
give
here
you
to
the
impart
information.
knowledge.
Yes.
Yes, we're
That is
water
our job.
bearers. Yeah, don't get offended, y'all.
We are the humanitarians.
Yes.
We
So-
have to have the knowledge. We got to give it to you.
And there it is.
We have to
We
give it to
obviously
you.
go through most of the experiences.
Yes,
so
we
you know.
do.
So
Yes.
we're not
we
talking
do.
based off of what we know here.
No.
Like we physically
lived
went
this.
through
Yeah.
everything. So-
Yeah, some of us are still living it.
What you saying? Okay. So on that note, there is a poll attached to this link. So click the poll. Let us know what topics you would like to hear. If you'd like to have a whole session on mirror work, because we can break it down.
Yes, we can.
We can do exercises associated with it.
Yes, we can.
So hit the links to the poll. I gave you 3 choices. Hit them. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have a good day.